Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Savvy, and I have some really big and exciting news for you guys, and I'm about to just spill it right now. So I decided that I'm going to be opening up an online clothing boutique. My focus is going to be for petite size women, but I am going to go all the way up to the sizes of large. In the future, I would like to go all the way up to plus sizes, but I don't have the budget for that right now, so I'm going to be sticking to petite sizes and then the general small, medium, large. So with that being said, that is the exciting news I have for you guys, but I'm also going to be starting an entire series here on my YouTube channel, kind of just taking you guys with me through the journey of starting up this online clothing boutique. And I'm going to share with you guys everything that I learned, everything that I experienced, so that if this is something that you maybe want to do or are thinking about it, you at least have someone to watch to see what the experience is like and kind of have an expectation of what it might be like for you. Before I start this series and start going into the details of how to legally set everything up, how to create a brand, I want to share with you guys some background information, and I really feel that this is super important that I share this story, because I think the hardest part of starting an online clothing boutique is to make the decision to do it and to get the confidence and the courage to actually put action into the idea that you have in your head, and to put the effort in to make it a reality. So this idea of Pretty Petite Boutique came to me through literal tears and heartache and just failure in general. And I want to tell you guys this from the beginning. Failure is not a bad thing. People learn by failing. You try something, you fail, you learn, you try again, and then you won't make the mistake again. And you might make a new mistake the second time, and that's okay, because in the third time you won't make either mistakes. And it's just a continuous cycle, so do not be afraid of failure. I was literally terrified of failing, and failure is nothing to be worried about. Everyone who is successful will have a failure story to tell you guys, and this is mine. Ready? I was 18 years old. I was skipping my senior year of high school. I went straight into college. So I was doing pretty good. I did college for 2 years, and then around the ending point where I would have graduated and got my associate's degree, I kind of started getting worried, and I was like, okay, I'm waitressing, I'm in college, I'm about to get my degree, but what do I actually want to pursue? What kind of career do I want for myself? I would go to the career advisor's office at Broward College and always ask, hey, what careers are there? What can I do? And I would find things that I was partially interested in. I like psychology because I like understanding why people do what they do. But I also like fashion design because I just like pretty things. And it was just a little piece of everything was interesting, but there was not one career that had everything that I loved and enjoyed in just one career. And so I did some research and I found out about this career called user experience and user interface design. This is a career that is within the tech industry. This is a career all about making websites, mobile applications, basically digital products. What they do as UX UI designers is create mobile applications and websites, but they really focus on the user experience. So there's a lot that goes into it. It's a lot about understanding the people that you're trying to get to shop at your website or use your app. It's about understanding what they want, what they need, what kind of tasks they're trying to accomplish. So that part had a little bit of psychology in it, which I loved. But then there's also the aspect of it of, creating, just a branding, having the right colors for the right audience. If you're creating something for old people, you don't want to have the text super small because the chances are they probably have eyesight issues and they can't see or read super small text. It's just little things like that. So that's basically what that career is about. I fell in love with it. I absolutely fell in love with it. And so I decided that I was going to leave the college that I was at, literally right before I got my degree, and go into a school that specialized in teaching user experience and user interface design. They also have web development classes, and I love that school. It was called Iron Hack. I'll put that out there because I have nothing but positive things to say about that school. Anyways, I was a student there. I did really well, and they actually came in with the Women in Tech in Miami, and they actually kind of sponsored me and sent me to Paris, France to teach UX UI, to do a lecture at Paris for UX UI design students. So I did that. Obviously, I was the only one in my class who got sent there, so they must have seen something in me, seen potential, saw that I was good at what I was doing, and that's why they selected me. Also, when I returned from Paris, they actually hired me to become a teacher's assistant at the school teaching UX UI design. So I did take that job and I absolutely loved it. You guys, my commute was literally 4 hours a day because the school was in Miami and I lived in Lighthouse Point. That was a 4-hour commute every single day, and not once did it ever feel like work to me. It honestly felt like I was getting paid to do something that I loved, and I would have done it for free. And that's just the truth behind it. I loved it that much. And so at some point they asked if I would continue to be a TA there after I had done the first class, and I told them no. Because the truth is, I didn't want to be at a school, helping students learn it. I wanted to be at a tech startup. I wanted to be challenging myself and growing and becoming the best designer that I could be. But the issue is, once I took that leap of faith, I got let down so incredibly hard. And this hurt my self-esteem, my confidence, it just discouraged me so much. What happened was I got faced with discrimination very, very heavily in the UX UI design, tech industry, career thing. So you might be saying, well, how do you know it's your looks that did this? Well, things would happen. Like, I would go to an interview and they would literally stop me in the middle of my interview and ask me for my ID to prove that I was of legal age to be applying for the position in the first place. I was excited to go there and to just show them, my work that I was proud of, and to show them that I was professional and that I could be, super hardworking. And then I had to face that. Why? That shouldn't even have been a thing, but it was, and I couldn't do anything about it. I had done everything I could do to make myself look older. I did my hair, my makeup, I did, the professional clothing, everything. I tried incredibly hard, worked on my LinkedIn, I hooked up my portfolio. I did everything that they tell you that you need to do in order to get a job. And little things like that would continuously happen. I would have a phone interview. They would tell me, you sound amazing for the job. Why don't you come in and we'll, do a second interview. And then when I would get there, they'd be so confused, like, oh, you're Savannah. If you guys don't know me in person, you probably should know I'm like 4'9", I weigh 85 pounds. I look like I'm 15. I could probably pass for 15 right now. Right now I'm 22, but at the time I think I was 18 or 19, so I was young. But obviously, in the employer's mind, they probably are thinking, how am I supposed to hire this girl at $50,000 to $60,000 a year when she looks 16, she's only 18, and she's supposed to be lecturing and educating and working with our clients who are grown adults in their 40s to 60s. I understand, but it was incredibly difficult and heartbreaking for me because I tried and I love this career, and I know for a fact that I would have been incredibly good at it had someone given me the chance. No one saw the value in me, no one wanted to take a chance on me, and nobody thought that I was worth an investment. And so after a long time of trying to get that job, I was so discouraged that I just stopped. I stopped and I decided I was going to go back to waitressing because it's easy, fast money. Everybody knows that. You make good money, you work hard for a couple days, and you're good. But that's not the kind of life that I wanted. So I would go to work every day and people would comment on how young I looked. And I know that nobody ever meant it disrespectfully. Nobody ever meant it to hurt my feelings or to make me feel bad about myself. But after just going through that experience of not being able to get the career that you worked incredibly hard for because of your looks, and hearing that same kind of comments coming from your tables, it sucks. And I remember one day I had came home crying and I was like, oh my God, like this is so frustrating. Everyone keeps telling me how young I look. Like I'm never going to be able to have this career that I want. And so I remember thinking to myself, one day I'm just gonna make my own business. I said, I don't wanna work for someone else. If I'm gonna bust my butt, let that money be for me. Let it be for my business where I get to enjoy the fruit from my seed planting. Does that make sense? I think it does. So I kind of just came to a point where I was like, you know what? If no one else is willing to take a risk or invest in me, then I'm gonna do it for myself because I know what I'm worth. I know that I'm capable. I know that I'm smart, and I know that I can do it. And if they don't see that, then I don't care. I see it in me, so I'm gonna do something about it. And after that, after I came home crying, I kind of just sat there and said, you know what, I'm gonna try to make myself feel better. I'm gonna go shopping. So I went to the mall. I literally went to the mall to make myself feel better. I feel like everyone does that at some point or another. And I went through the entire mall and couldn't find a single thing because everything was just too big. So I came home, I was frustrated. I went online and tried to shop online. all of the small sizes were like a size 2. And I'm sorry, honey, but a size 2 does not cut it for the girls who are 4'9" and weigh 85 pounds. Like, if you guys didn't know, look at this. I'm freaking... I have pedal extensions to drive my vehicle, okay? So I'm small, okay? Size 2 does not cut it. And so I decided, you know what? This is the perfect opportunity for me. This is where I'm gonna start my business. This is something that I'm passionate about. This is something that I feel very, very strongly about. Like, women who are my size deserve to feel like women. They do not deserve to be shopping at the kids section because retailers don't see the value in catering to the small group of petite women. By the way, it's not that small of a group. There are, like Donald Trump would say, billions and billions and billions of women who are under 4'9", and we deserve good clothing that's gonna fit amazingly. So my idea, how I feel, this passion, this motivation literally was the result of my failure in pursuing a completely different career. It is very, very difficult to push yourself to do something that you're not sure of. But I also heard a quote somewhere that said something like, scared money makes no money. And also, don't let the fear of striking out keep you from playing the game, right? You guys have seen that in another Cinderella story, something like that. I've always held on to that quote because everything in life that is worth it is going to be uncertain and scary, and it is literally up to you to make the decision to do it, to push yourself, to have confidence in yourself, to have courage, and to just make the decision to do it and to work hard and to push past any doubt that you have in your mind, any doubt that the people around you are pouring into you. You have to coach and mentally prepare yourself and have the confidence because you are worth it. You know better than anyone else that you are capable, you are strong, you can do this. And with that being said, this is literally how I came up with this idea. This is why I'm passionate about it. I've dealt with this my whole life. And I made that video last time about how to make yourself look older using makeup. And I read all of your comments. I literally read all of them. And I now see that this is not just an issue with Savannah. This is an issue with the fashion industry. This is an issue with the retailers. And I want to be the one who fixes that. And that's even like, if you're a UX UI designer and you're watching this, look, this is how I think because I was supposed to be a UX UI designer. And I'm very, very happy that I went through those failures because now I'm setting myself up to be more successful as a boutique owner than I would have been as a designer working for somebody else's business. And that's just factual. So guys, if there's one thing that you guys can learn from this video, have confidence in yourself. You are capable. You can literally do anything that you want. We are living in the age where Google will literally teach you everything and anything you can learn. If you don't know how to do something, don't worry, you can learn. Are you willing to put in the effort? That's the most important question that I have for you guys. Okay, so I'm pretty much done with this whole video. The next video that I make for you guys, I'm going to be talking to you guys very quickly about how to legally set up, and then I'm going to really get into the topic of how to create a branding and just brainstorming and coming up with all the ideas that you have for your business. That is very, very crucial, and I'm clearly a very good person to talk to about that because that is part of what I was schooled on in, Iron Hack when I did UX UI. We did a lot about branding, so I know a decent amount of information to share with you guys, and I'm going to share with you guys what I'm doing in my business in terms of branding, and we'll just take it from there. All right, guys, thank you so much. If you stayed for 14 minutes, I love you. Thank you for your support. I hope that you guys will be able to support Pretty Petite Boutique, as this is clearly a very big dream of mine. I love you guys, and I hope that you learn to have self-confidence because you literally can do it, and if nobody else believes in you, you do it. You do it. Love you guys. Bye.